And I'm already looking, and there's a rather enticing center square on this bingo board, Bash.
You actually like 6 souvenirs?
I do. Well, I
That's-
guess it's situational. There is also a lot of regional coins on this board that can easily pair up with it, so just right off the top of my head, that's a route that I'm looking for.
I think I've got 2 of my big. Snow, get out of here! It keeps appearing. All right, there's my route.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know what the heck you're watching, this is Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo. These 2 racers will have to complete any 3 bingo lines on this board that you see at the bottom of your screen in order to win.
Generally, these bingos go at about until snow or seaside, ending in one of those 2.
Oh, Neo with the hopping on the rail strats.
Living on the edge, as some would say. Generally, you don't see much going on in Cap Kingdom. Just a little bit of... Yeah, the checkpoint's like the only notable thing. And then they're just frantically routing. Sometimes players will even out to get coins, like in the frog room, but generally it's not too much of a consideration.
I'll tell you one thing, if they're anything like me, they're barely even looking at the game right now. Their eyes are focused on that bingo board, watching Mario run through Cap out of the corner of their eye. Because they do not have access to this board before the race starts. They can only see it the moment that they hit start on the new file. So they need to be routing and playing at the same time.
Or they'll just do every objective that's possible without ever looking at the board.
That's certainly a method. Yeah, as far as one thing to keep in mind when you're routing a bingo board is you don't want to go to both snow and seaside generally, because the game gives you a choice to go to either of those kingdoms first. And we kind of chose to end bingo on those kingdoms so that it provides a option in the late game. And on this board, I see it looks like only 1 goal for each of those kingdoms. Oh no, there's 2 snow goals.
No, there's 1 seaside, 2 snow goals,
and then something like 7 treasure chest moons. I don't think you need to go to either snow or seaside.
It's 9 is the cutoff. No, I don't think you ever have to for treasure chests.
You might not. There are a lot of treasure chest moons in this game. But yeah, something I'm looking out for is definitely all the regional coin goals. The 6 souvenirs, you can get 2 souvenirs in every kingdom, and 1 for 5 regional coins, 1 for 25 regional coins. So anytime you're getting 30 regional coins for another goal, that's gonna basically be a free souvenir purchases in that kingdom. So looking at things like the 60 in Wooded, the 20 in Cascade, 20 in Cap, meaning you'd only have to get 10 additional. And since there are 2 souvenirs in every kingdom, you would just need to collect regional points of 3 kingdoms for that goal. And stuff like 28 moves in Metro is a personal least favorite kind of goal of mine. I don't know how Vash feels about 28 in Metro, but I'm not a fan, so if I was playing this board, I would be looking to avoid that at all costs. Although it is paired up right next to my favorite goal, the Goomba Picture Match. Yeah. If I was running this board bash, I think I would be looking to do something along the lines of column 3, the bottom left, top right diagonal, and something else that I've yet to determine. Possibly the other diagonal even. But the fun thing about bingo is, you know, everyone kind of routes differently, so we'll see what these guys elect.
I always like look at Goomba Picture Match and I'm like, man, we should probably make it so that you have to do both moons.
Can you do both in the early game?
I think so. Maybe I'm being dumb again.
I think the second one, it's like Koopa free running, where you have to have the moon rock, and Koopa trace walking. I think. I'm not too sure, but I think Goomba Picture Match is a good goal. It's just a little too highly rated, as in difficulty. It's
yeah.
Because all the bingo goals are ranked by difficulty on a scale of 1 to 25. And the boards kind of generate, like fair boards generate by taking one goal of each difficulty level. And I think Cloud Picture Match is one of the most too highly rated goals. Because it's like a 22 or 23 out of 25, I think.
Is there a Cascade Purple? There is, okay.
Yeah.
Row 3. Row 3, column 5. Because Neo has been getting purples, and he just got both 8-bit moon.
Yeah, I think the 8-bit moons is a enticing goal as well. It's only 5. If you're getting 2 in Cascade, you're well on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my gut tells me I would want to go for both diagonals and column 3 on this board.
I'm looking at a free Snow or Seaside.
The thing is, it looks to me like pre-Snow or Seaside route would require getting a lot of moons on this board, which is the thing that's scaring me a little bit. But if you can find a way to work around all those big moon goals, such as 28 Metro, 28 Sand, 20 in Lake.
The largest I'm going for is, I skip all this, so.
Well, there's also 110 moons total, which is, if I'm not going for those other ones, I would want to avoid as well. But
yeah,
that's decent. If you do a couple big moon goals, that gets you to 110 kind of naturally. So it could be another thing that they might be looking to pair up. So I'm also just realizing there's 5 moons from 8-bit sections and 7 moons from 8-bit sections. Anytime you have 2 goals like that, it's good to try to overlap them. Because 7 moons from 8-bit is not a great goal on its own, but if you're effectively completing 2 goals for 1, then it kind of becomes really good.
Crrool also opted to get both 8-bit moons.
Yeah, so I think the 8-bit moon goals on this board are kind of surrounded by other pretty enticing goals, so it's not too surprising to me to see them going for at least one of those.
They can also like super double dip on them because there's 2 of them on the board.
Right. Yeah, I think in general this has potential to be a pretty quick board. In these bingos, the boards typically tend to, like, assuming a player of proper skill at the game, they tend to range between, like, 50 minutes and an hour and 5 minutes. And then you have your really crazy outlier boards that are even below 50 minutes. If you had to guess, how long do you think this board will take these guys?
If they do like one of the two best routes, then it'll be low 50s.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
52 to 53. But I doubt that they're gonna be able to route that during the race.
I don't think there's a good enough pre-snow route to get a sub 50 on this board.
No. I think that there is.
Do you? Well, talk to me. What do you have in mind here?
I'm just frequently looking at row 4, column 3, top right, bottom left. It has one backtrack. It ends in
top
cloud,
right, bottom
though.
left is a snow goal.
Oh man, I can't read. Dang it.
Otherwise, I agree. Like row 4 and column 3 are both pretty good. Other than 8 moons from sub-areas and wooded is not an amazing goal, but if you're doing it under the circumstance that you can finish for Metro, then it becomes insanely good. But I don't think that's possible on this board. Well, maybe it is. You could do...
Chad had a pre-Metro finish, I think.
Pre-Metro. You could do column 1. See, I think you need Metro to get to 7 8-bit. Maybe I'm wrong though. Let's see. Let's count these up. You have. Well, actually, I can go ahead and plug anyone who's looking to do Odyssey Bingo and is intimidated by all of these goals and doesn't really know, they're saying in their head, I wouldn't know where to find 7 treasure chest moons, or I wouldn't know where to find all these 8-bit moons. You can take a look at this handy dandy bingo cheat sheet, and it tells you all of that stuff. Basically gives you hints for every kind of goal that is on that can appear on the bingo board. And if we look at that, 8-bit moons, there are 2 in Cascade, which both runners got. There are 2 in Sand, but it requires partial these runners agreed to no clipping, so the second one they would need to do some story moons, and it looks like Neo is doing them, so he just opened the pyramid.
Yeah, you can get 7 in Lost.
Yeah, 7 in Lost. Yeah, so 1 in Lake, 1 in Wooded, 1 in Lost. Yeah, so you could get to 7 pre-Metro, which means row 1, column 4, and
no, not column 4, row 4.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Other way around. Column 1, row 4.
Column 4, 28 in Metro and 20 regionals in Snow. Solid.
No, thank you.
1 moon from Hint Art, which is almost always a backtrack. Pretty sure it just has to backtrack.
Yeah, so I don't think... Am I crazy? Like, I don't see a third row, or a third line that you can go for pre-Metro.
Let me scroll back up in chat. Someone definitely had it, and I verified it.
Row 3 you could do.
Row 3, row 4,
row 4, column 1 would finish in Lost Kingdom.
But that requires taking 20 moons in Lake, which
and
scares
28
me.
in Sand.
20 moons in Lake is like one of my least favorite goals in all of Bingo.
Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a lot better than...
Your Stockholm Syndrome.
No. I think it's a lot better than some of the moon goals in Sand and Metro because Lake is much more compact. All the moons are close together, relatively. And so you need 8 to leave Lake, and so that's only 12 extra. Something like 28 in Sand is also 12 extra. But Sand moons are very dispersed, and there's lots of sub-areas and loading zones, and it's not a fun time. So I generally tend to prefer 20 moons in Lake to any of the other large moon goals. Other than like...
Of that route, I would just
other than
swap
like
out
18
row 3
moons.
for column 3.
What about column 3?
I would just swap out row 3 for column 3. Cut out the 20 moons in Lake. I'd rather do...
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather go further. I'd rather go to Night Metro.
Oh yeah, because of picture match. Yeah, I mean, I was just saying what would be a pre-metro finish, but that what lets you finish in the earliest kingdom is not always necessarily the best route. Oftentimes it isn't, honestly.
What, you don't want to end at Night Metro with 110 moons?
Absolutely not. I've seen some crazy people try to get 110 moons without ever leaving Wooded Kingdom, and I think they're nuts.
What? That's crazy. Neo defeating Harriet. So...
For reference, if you get the minimum amount of moons in every kingdom, by the time you finish Metro, you'll have 75. So, considering that Bingo typically ends right after Metro, like worst case, you're looking at, 35, 30 to 35 extra moons. So unless you're incorporating things like, 28 moons in Sand, which gives you 12 extra compared to the minimum, stuff like that, then getting 35 extra moons is quite a lot. And if you're finishing before Metro, that just adds on to the extra moons you need to get in earlier kingdoms. So if you're trying to get 110 by the time you're finished with Wooded, you are looking at a bad time, I'll tell you that.
Neo still looking to get 2 more moons before he can leave Sand. At minimum. Both players have actually done moon shards in the Sand, so they have that top left goal. They just haven't both marked it. I think that Neo might be going for... He might be doing World Peace.
It's possible, for sure. And if he was doing 28 moons, I'd say it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And another thing he might be going for is 6 full costume sets, which if you do World Peace and Sand, you get a lot of coins, a lot of yellow coins, which you can purchase outfit sets with. So that might be something that is on his mind.
I do believe that Crrool got the big chain chomp capture.
The only capture goal is 18 on this board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty free.
Yeah, it's super free. Even if you miss a bunch of really obvious ones, you can get to 18 pretty easily. There's like somewhere in the ballpark of 30 something captures.
32 in normal bingo.
32.
I believe.
Like high 30s, but I could be wrong. But regardless, 30 plus captures, 18 essentially being only half of all the available ones. So you can miss quite a few and still get there pretty easily. So we'll see what Neo goes for after this moon. If he was going for World Peace, what I would have done is drop down after doing the Jaxie moon and go to the other boss fight.
Nah, I don't think he's doing World Peace anymore.
Yeah,
he would have already gone there.
Well, he's sitting on 21 moons here, so...
I definitely think he's gone for 28 moons. I just don't think he's gonna do World Peace.
Yeah.
Oh. I can't believe that Kathy just missed the telephone pole there.
Yeah, he could finish with World Peace to get sent back to the Odyssey right at the end. It does still need 7 more moons, though. So there's 2 souvenirs from Neo.
Crrool entering the pyramid now. So I definitely say that both of them are going for column 1.
Yeah, it's it could be column 1 or it could be row 3. Because we know Neo's going for the souvenirs now. But column 1 I'd say is a pretty safe bet. Unless the thing about column 1 is if you're getting costume sets and souvenirs, you're either going to need a lot of yellow coins or you're going to need to get extra purples because Neo's already spending the purples he's going to get on souvenirs, so getting an extra 30 for an outfit in any given kingdom might be a little slow. But if you can, even if you purchase souvenirs in some kingdoms and costumes in another, that just means you're collecting purple coins in basically every kingdom you go to, which might not be the best idea. So yeah, Crrool making sure to get all of those coins from that stack, so definitely means he is gonna be
in that 6-full costume.
Yeah, outside of costumes, I don't think there's anything you can purchase with yellow coins on this board.
They might want to like buy moon some of these moon gold kingdoms.
Yeah.
I really like buying a moon for 20 lake.
Yeah, I do too. I think there's only a couple kingdoms where buying a moon would be optimal here. One of them being lake, one of them being sand, and wooded. Even if you're not... Like, there's no extra moon goal in wooded, but the shop moon is just one of the fastest moons you can get if you're trying to get out of wooded. Because it's in the 80% route, so...
If it's in 80%, it's gotta be fast.
Well, that's not necessarily true. You would think it would be true, but... So Neo needs 2 more moons to get the 28.
I think that he might be having a little bit of trouble deciding which moons he wants to do.
Looks like
based on that mini-map dance that we just saw.
Yeah.
But it does look like he's gonna head into Olmec's temple.
Crrool heading into the famed 1 sub-area moon.
I think he's actually only down here for purple, too.
He could be. Sand is one of those kingdoms where if you're not familiar with where the regional coins are, they can be a pain.
Yeah. That was, I remember early on, back when 70 sand was the goal.
That was, that was one of the worst bingo goals that we've had by far.
I didn't realize that like 12 of them were frozen in ice, so you can't get them until World Peace.
Yep, a bunch of them are in sub areas. I think there's at least like 10 or 15 in sub areas. So if you're not going into those areas for another goal, it's not ideal.
And Neo was out of here. Gets the last treasure chest in the kingdom, and then leaves. So he should be sitting at 5 treasure chests, I think, as long as you got the one in Cascade.
I don't remember if he got the one in Cascade. But he might not be going for that goal because it didn't seem like he prioritized it in that sand. Because going into that that last area was kind of an afterthought. It seemed like. See, I do think. So Neo got moon shards in the sand, but he didn't mark it. That may mean that he's not actually going for that goal.
Yeah, that's how I would probably interpret that.
I know a lot of people, myself included, tend to not mark things that they aren't explicitly going for. So, kind of just an afterthought, probably did partial world peace just for...
He missed the last purple coin in that set of 4, and that actually means he has to touch another set of 3. Because if he gets 2 more packets of 3, he'll end up at 9.
Oh boy.
It's also really weird to see both players, like, just entering lake/wooded at 27 minutes.
Yeah. That's what happens when you go for 28 moves in sand.
Oh. Man, these guys are really bad at any percent, huh?
Yeah, because you figure what? Any percent you're leaving sand at like 11 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 11 or 12.
So that just goes to show you how long of a goal 28 in sand really is. Now, granted, they did spend some extra time in Cascade as well.
And also, granted, like they're working on other spaces at the same time. The treasure chests and
souvenirs.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not insulting the runners. We're just noting how drastically different bingo can be from normal speedrun gameplay. It's a good thing. It's refreshing. You get to see the game from a different angle. That's why I like bingo so much.
You get to route.
Yes, the routing is the best part.
For those of us that like to route, but aren't necessarily good at the game. Not necessarily speaking about myself or anything, you know.
So, interestingly, Crrool got the outfit and the cheaper souvenir in sand.
Did not opt to get both.
Yeah,
but it kind of looked like he would
have enough coins for the 25 coin souvenir. So he would have to go get 12 more coins if he wants that, but maybe just, like I said, he's kind of running into that problem that I brought up earlier, of getting both outfits and souvenirs. You need a lot of regional coins. Unless you're going to purchase 6 yellow coin outfits, which I believe you can. Outfits kind of unlock the more kingdoms you get to.
Yep. If you go to Seaside, this does not count for snow, then there will be 4 normal coin outfits that you can buy. If you go to snow, there's only 3
coins, and all the normal outfits are... Well, there would actually be 5, because I think the boxers count as an outfit.
No, they don't count as a full outfit set.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
Pretty sure.
Then all the outfits you can get for yellow coins are 200 coins. So if you have 800 coins and buy 2 regional outfits, then you're good to go for that goal.
And since Luigi hint hearts are allowed, it's actually really easy.
That's true. They give 200 coins each, and there's a couple that are pretty quick to get. Although there was one in sand that I don't think either of them got. So they might not need them though. 800 coins isn't too crazy to get.
Yeah, I think you honestly only need like 2 of them. So they can get the one in Wooded, and then they can get the one in Metro if they're finishing in Metro. Or they can.
I mean, yeah, I mean they already have. That would put them well over what they would need for 800 coins.
I just get a little bit worried about coins once I leave Sand because.
Well, there's a couple stacks in Lake Kingdom here.
Yeah.
There's a stack of 100 and a stack of I think 30. And then, you know, a bunch of other dispersed coins. And then Metro has a couple stacks as well.
Neo going for Captain Toad and Lake. Crrool has entered Lake and he's working on starting to get some moves.
Well, I think it was already kind of obvious that Neo's going for row 3. But getting Captain Toad there all but confirms it, because you know, he's already sitting at 13 moons, so obviously going for the 20.
Yep, definitely going for 20.
I think row 3 is pretty decent on this board. It's just that 28 moons in Sand that really kind of kills it. But I still think it's a good goal, or a good set of goals to go for.
I'd rather go to Snow or Seaside.
I think I would as well. I think I'm still rocking with my original route I said with the 2 diagonals and column 3. Either that or get rid of the top left to bottom right diagonal and do row 4. But I think, yeah, no, I think both diagonals is better in this case. It's kind of a matter of whether I like the wooded sub areas or moon shards in the sand more, and I think I like moon shards in the sand.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's kind of a gimme. It's definitely got to be moon shards in the sand. I'd rather do column 1, column 3, row 4.
Oof, 28 moons in sand though, like we were just saying.
I'll just fight Olmec. Olmec gives me some easy captures too, so.
Two diagonals and row 5 also would be decent. For sure.
Did Neo just buy a sticker? No,
I didn't
he
see.
bought 2 souvenirs. He bought 2 souvenirs. No way he bought a sticker. He's almost done with his 20 in Lake. Oh, he's going into the sub area. Here we go.
Well, doing column 3...
A lot of people mess up this room recently.
If you're doing column 3, you can't finish before Metro, but you do just have to go to Metro and then immediately leave. So I guess that kind of counts as finishing before Metro. Yeah, you don't have access to Cloud Picture Match until you set foot in Metro at the very least.
This could be where Crrool catches up in terms of lake progress.
So Neo's just gonna need one more moon after this room from Lake Kingdom.
Alright, he's through the worst of it now.
If you die at this point, then It'd be a little embarrassing.
It'd be a little bit embarrassing. It'd be super tilting.
Yes.
I would. Oh man. I'd go do Zipper Room. Zipper Room isn't all that bad though.
And look at Neo here. He's going for the style points.
I mean, I think he's getting a warp painting move at his face.
Well, yeah, that too.
I don't think it's just. Oh, and it's a treasure chest.
Yeah, it is a treasure chest. He actually got one extra in Lake though.
He might be done with. No, his next chest is his last one.
And regardless of whether or not that helps a goal, it's still style points.
Hmm.
You can't
Some
tell me
people are
otherwise.
even saying it's free now.
Well, it is free, but it looks cool, so it's style points. Yeah, he didn't even mark the warp painting mood, so he might have literally just done it for style points.
I do think that he said that he would do it.
Oh, he did.
Show off.
He said if he had the opportunity to do it, he would do it. But I thought that meant if it actually affected routing. He literally might have done it just to do it.
It did affect his chest.
Yeah, I suppose.
Crrool leaving Lake without getting 20, so he's not going for that space.
But he didn't mark the 20 moons in Lake either, so maybe he's going to mark that warp painting rune. But it doesn't seem like it. Like, I don't know what that would fit in with on this board for him.
Just popping into Cascade. Getting his Pintart Moon. Getting a souvenir. Peacing out. What's his last bingo though?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one thing.
He's clearly getting the plus sign, but
it could be that bottom left to top right diagonal. But I think he would have gone back to cap already if he was doing that. So honestly, I have no idea what he's going for. It could also be row 4. Yeah, I think he forgot. He's actually forgotten to mark the 20 moons in Lake, because looking at it, there's no way he's not going for it. But surely he'll recognize.
Maybe he just really likes Lake Kingdom. I mean, he just wanted to spend as much time there. He wanted to hear the music, you know, it really relaxes him during the run. Gets him in the zone.
I actually don't know how many captures these two are at. It's like impossible to keep track.
They should both be at 8+. They both hit Cactus, they both hit Binoculars, I'm pretty sure.
Dinosaur, Chain Chomp, Chompykins. But yeah, they should be well over. Like we said earlier, 18 is pretty free, so they're probably not even worrying about it too much. I wouldn't be. I know I kind of just naturally get to 18 from playing the game, so I would just check it in like my last kingdom and make sure I'm there. Or my second to last kingdom. Deal with the side flip strats. That's one you don't see too often. I think that's the one bit of movement you don't see people do in this game is side flipping.
Crrool has seemed to have stopped moving.
He's just enjoying the scenery.
Wait, side flips aren't used?
Not really, no.
I'm trying to think of
Neo finally learns
like the entire run. Man, they're really not.
Yeah, because you think, if you think what side flips are really used for in other Mario games, it's kind of to redirect your momentum in another direction. But, uh-oh. Okay, that was dangerously close to a Deep Woods visit. But in Odyssey, you can redirect your direction you're traveling with a cap throw much easier than a side flip would afford you. So yeah, you don't really see side flips too much in Odyssey. So Neo is skipping a lot of moons here. What that tells me is he might be going for sub-area moons and wooded. Because he's gotten 2 already, but so he'll need 6 more. Possibly leaving space. He'll get 3 from this, and then 6 would come from sub-areas, and that would allow him to finish Wooded Kingdom. So I think going for row 4 might be the thing that he's doing.
Alright. So, is this enough moons for Neo to leave?
He needs 6 more. And I think he's gonna get them from sub-areas. So gonna purchase this cheap souvenir here as well. I don't know how many souvenirs Neo is at actually now. I know it's at least 4. Or I think it's at least 4.
I'm pretty sure it's at least 4. It might be 5. I don't remember if he bought 2 in Sand.
He did. Buy 2.
He did? Then he's got 5. I'm pretty sure he bought 1 in Lake. He went back to Cascade.
Oh, that's right. He bought a Cascade. So yeah, 5. He's taking the more so the approach of getting just 1 from each kingdom. Because, you know, the first one only costs 5. So it's a pretty low time investment. As opposed to getting 25 for each one.
The biggest part of the time investment is just going to the shop at that point.
Yeah, unless, like, basically what doing this room tells me is Neo's definitely doing 8 moons from sub-areas and wooded. So he either actually did get that warp painting moon for a goal, or he's going for column 5, which I kind of doubt. So I think he also just forgot to mark the warp painting moon goal.
Or maybe Neo's just holding this information.
He's just teasing us.
Yeah, I actually think that he might be withholding like his third bingo to mess with us. That sounds kind of like a Neo thing to do. Because I think I remember having a conversation with him where he was like, yeah, I kind of want to do some things to like mess with the commentators during my matches.
I wouldn't. Oh, he almost died there. When I do this room, I always forget about that little drop off in the flower path.
When I do this room, I always forget about the wall jumping part. I'm just like, why is it going straight up? And I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing.
So that's 6 moons from sub-areas. He'll just need 2 more. Be on his way out of Wooded.
So he's gonna go do shards?
Yeah, most likely. I think that's the only other one available to him at the moment.
Yeah, immediately after I asked, I was like, wait a minute, I think that's literally his only option.
What is he doing? Does he not realize he already got a war painting moon?
Maybe he thinks you actually have to go through the warp painting for it to count?
Maybe. Yeah, that's the thing. That moon he got at the end of Lake, you're supposed to go through a warp painting to get it, but doing that jump is much faster. Yeah, maybe he doesn't realize that that actually does count towards the goal. It is a warp painting moon. Whether you go through the painting or not, it still is a warp painting moon, so it would count for that goal. So yeah, Neo actually doing a bit of unnecessary of a trip to luncheon. I know unnecessary trips to luncheon are Vash's favorite thing in Big
Hey.
Maybe he just made an unnecessary trip to luncheon to
Because I'm commentating?
for your entertainment, yeah. Who knows?
I would be very upset. Because that is tantamount to bullying.
What is he doing? What are these strats?
What in the... Whoa!
I can't tell if I'm impressed or mad at him for that.
Dude, that was... My heart rate just increased and I'm awake now.
I just saw him jump off the edge and I got really scared for a second. But that was actually decent.
Do you think that that's better or a Zimpar's strat?
I think it depends on if you're getting the other moon or not. I think if you're getting the nut moon, then Zinpar's strat is better. But I'm not sure, actually.
I'll never forget the day where Zimpar's linked the video, and I was like, alright, let's see how he did this room. And I was like, 40 seconds! And then you get to the down throw part of the video, and you just lose your mind.
Also, Neo going for 2D moon here.
Crrool looks like he's leaving the kingdom now that he has 60 purples.
So, if we're looking at this, the only thing... I'm assuming Neo got the 2D moon in Lake Kingdom. And if he did, then he only needs 1 more. And I guess he's not at 18 captures yet. He flashed his capture menu for a second there, but I didn't see how many he had.
I didn't see it either.
But basically, all he needs is the 1 8-bit moon from Lost. Probably a couple captures, and then picture match. And he'll be finished. He's at 16 captures. Okay, so he could actually finish captures in Lost Kingdom as well, or he can... I think that would be the smart move. but we'll see what he decides to do. Well, picture match is actually going to be captures, so he's good. Okay, and we need to talk about the pieces in picture match and how they count for captures, because we found out recently that
I don't want to talk about this because it makes me upset.
the Goomba, when you go to picture match, there's Goomba face pieces and Mario face pieces, because there's a Goomba picture match in Cloud and a Mario picture match in Mushroom Kingdom. But both pieces, you know, for both faces are available at both picture matches. And for some reason, when you're in Cloud picture match, the Goomba pieces count as their own capture, and some of the Mario face pieces count as a Mario capture, but some of the Mario face pieces count as a Goomba capture.
So wait, did we find out that you can get both of them?
You can, but you have to capture specific.
There were
pieces.
More developments to this than I knew.
Yeah. Originally, like, someone told me, like, yeah, you can get 2 captures in Cloud Picture Match, and I was like, cool. But then I tried it one day, and I captured a Mario face piece, and it didn't give me a second capture. So I was like, you're a liar. This only gives a 1 capture. But then a few days after that, someone said, oh no, some of the pieces count, and some of them are still a Goomba piece. Regardless, it makes no sense. But moral of the story is you can, if you know what you're doing, get 2 captures from Cloud Picture Match. So Neo doesn't actually have to get any captures in Lost Kingdom, but he probably will anyway. And there's 1.
You think he's gonna touch a Wiggler?
Probably. He doesn't have to, though, because he's gonna get at least 1 capture from the picture match, so he's good either way. Oh, take the dive there.
So weird how all of a sudden there's just like so little game audio. I've never noticed how quiet Lost is.
Yeah, it's before you activate the Klepto. It's quiet, because normally they expect you to just kind of run up and start that fight within a few seconds, and then the music starts.
Do you really call it a fight?
Ah,
Klepto fight?
not really.
He's just kind of like a meanie. He like steals something from you and you're like, oh well, I guess I gotta go get him back because he's a living thing.
I mean, that's kind of a fight. Sort of.
Klepto was like, oh, I'll just steal Mario's hat for a good time, and then he's like, oh my lord. It's a living being. This is kidnapping.
Neo collected that Wiggler capture unintentionally, but regardless, he should be at 18 now, so.
You know he wanted to finish on picture match.
So yeah, he's gonna go to the Odyssey here. You don't have the option to travel to any kingdom you like until it's restored, so he's gonna have to go to Metro, but then immediately just backtrack to Cloud and do the picture match.
He's gonna look at Night Metro and be like, wow, this place is really cool, and then leave.
So our prediction, I'm not going to say it was a little off, because I think not doing 28 moons in sand would have been faster. But it looks like Neo's going to finish with probably 57 or 58 maybe. I don't remember how long a picture match takes.
Well, what really matters here, the only thing I'm still watching him for, is the man going to be a man of the people? Am I getting a smiling Goomba?
I sure hope so. He's already proven to be a man of the people so far. By doing the leg painting jump without actually thinking it counted for the goal.
I'm just saying that if you have the choice to make someone happy or to make them unhappy, and you choose unhappy, says a lot about you.
Well, I just choose the mouthless Goomba.
No, you see, that's how people think that they're getting out of the quandary. The moral dilemma. Save the frames or save the Goomba. Crrool still needs one capture.
Yeah, so thankfully the game does actually track your captures. I find it to be the most annoying thing to keep track of, generally.
Purples. Total purples.
Yeah, I guess. Purples are also one of them. I think captures is worse, honestly. Because at least purples, it's whatever kingdom you're in, it constantly is showing how many you have in that kingdom.
I think he's gonna be smiling. He's looking at hat.
What is he doing? Nope, he's gonna go mouthless.
No!
So you only need 60 points to complete this picture match, and each piece gives you a maximum of 20 that's optimally placed. So placing 4 pieces, you can get 80 if it's perfect. So a lot of people elect to only place 4 pieces because you can still easily get enough points. But yeah, Neo coming in with the 57-25 and the win. So he will be moving on. I actually don't think we mentioned this is the bracket phase of the tournament now. So
we definitely did not mention that this was a single elimination.
So single elimination. Unfortunately, Crrool is going to be eliminated. But good times to be had all around. Yeah, 2 warp paintings. Good stuff. But yeah, good stuff to Neo. He will be advancing to face Carler, I think it was.
But congratulations, Neo. He has already said that he is not available for an interview. So now we're just gonna watch Crrool.
Get to see how he finishes off this board. I guess he's going for row 2 and column 3, because I think he also bought souvenirs. So yeah, Neo confirming that he did indeed just do the lake painting jump for the style points. Completely forgot that it actually counted towards a goal on the board. Yeah, we were saying that you just wanted to do an unnecessary luncheon trip for Bash.
You people and your bullying in a public space. You wouldn't say these things to Bash in the real.
Listen, we figured it out. Luncheon for timer challenges is optimal if you do brunchin for 6 multi-moons.
Could you imagine actually ending a bingo with a brunchin?
No, like, if you could do brunchin consistently, I legitimately think there's a situation where going to luncheon would be optimal for a
That would
bingo.
be so sick, dude.
You'd have to have the perfect board. It would have to be 6 multi-moons.
You would also have to be justified in going to snow. Oh, wait, no. Brunch. Keep forgetting that we're talking about brunch.
Yeah. It would have to be 6 multi-moons, a timer challenge, or 2 timer challenges that you can complete there, a crate moon, so you'd have to have 3 crate moons. Maybe that's it, actually. I don't know if there's anything else that you can complete in luncheon. Well, there's captures there. Yeah, I think there's this bizarre situation that exists where going to luncheon is actually good for bingo, but that will never happen because nobody's actually gonna do meat skip.
Nobody's actually gonna do it in a run because.
Right.
I mean, you do soft lock your game.
Well, you only soft lock if you do the boss fight. So you can grab the first multi-moon and the game will kind of act normally. And it's only when you do the boss fight for the second multi-moon in luncheon that the game soft locks. But that would be funny if you could grab the multi-moon to finish your bingo and it would immediately soft lock, but you still finished the bingo. So it technically counts.
Is Crrool gonna be on pace to get 110 total moons?
I don't know. I'm not sure how many he's at. He got
28 in sand, so that's like plus 12, right? So minimum that puts him at 87. He has to leave Metro.
I haven't seen him get extra moons, but
I haven't seen him get extra moons either.
so a bit of a concern there. Top left, bottom right. Well, I mean, if he's doing that, then
He might have just marked.
yeah, like if he's not doing row 2, then he marked an unnecessary goal somewhere,
Yeah.
which is possible. Like Neo was electing to not mark things that weren't in his route, but some people just mark everything that they achieve, whether it's in their route or not.
Yeah, top left, bottom right would make sense for him because he has been buying souvenirs.
Yeah, and obviously already has the 5 8-bit moons.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna see just 4 checkpoints and then top left, bottom right goals. So this is either 6th or 7th 8-bit moon. I don't know exactly how many it has so far.
I think that this is his 6th. No. No, this has to be a 7th.
Yeah, it's the 7th. Mark the goal there. So yeah, so a couple more souvenirs, 4 checkpoints for Metro, and 15 regional coins in snow. That's all we're gonna need here to finish this off.
Talking to Pauline to start festival. Also, I just realized he's in English.
He is in English.
Only just now realized. It doesn't really matter for bingo.
I mean, just look at Look at mine and Bry Guy's match. It would have mattered there.
Oh my!
If he was on English, he would have lost.
For the most part.
Hey, I mean, we're in a competitive setting. You need every little advantage you can get sometimes. The thing about bingo is there's not really anything that you would necessarily need like to understand the text for other than Sphinx questions. So as long as you memorize the Sphinx questions or write them down somewhere, then you're fine. Because that's a goal that can pop up. It's, you know, answer 8 questions.
I need to understand the story for bingo.
Yeah, you need the lore. The Mario lore.
The Mario lore. Who is Peach? Who is Pauline? These are the questions I need to know the answers to.
Why is that dragon there?
Why is the dragon in the game?
Okay, I guess you're not asking that question in bingo, seeing it as you never see.
Well, you never know.
Well, hey, we made it to luncheon, so we're only one kingdom away, right?
Oh. I'll never live it down, will I? Getting Luigi hint art. I don't think that Neo opted for any.
No, he didn't buy the costumes, so didn't really have a need for coins in his route.
Although it is important to note how
There
many
is a
coins
treasure
Neo
chest.
ended with.
What's that?
He ended with 420.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did.
Timpani, I need you to stop. You need to be stopped.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He is factually correct. There is a treasure chest in ruin. There is no disputing this. But, for the sake of humanity, Timpani.
And there's coins. That's true.
Timpani.
There's a nice large stack of coins right by that.
Why can't I ban him?
There's also a multi-moon from fighting the dragon. Ruined confirmed good for bingo. There's a shiny rock. Oh my god, you don't even have to backtrack to Cascade for
The
3
shiny rock's
rocks.
only there when you backtrack, I'm pretty sure. It might even be a moon rock moon.
Nah, I don't think it's moon rock. That's yeah, a good any percent does enter
my
ruin before the
lord.
50-minute mark, so
If you got like a true any percent board.
can you imagine?
Oh, and I would be there to commentate it the whole time. Just what's happening?
Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Did he forget the rules?
So we're just sitting on one goal left, 15 regional coins in snow. So collect 2 more moons in Metro to get out of here, and 15 coins in snow. And we'll be able to wrap this up.
New goal on the board. I've never even considered like a space potential for like do this trick. What if there was a space for warp painting like?
Well, it wouldn't be called do this trick, they would just say collect this moon, much like there's a goal for moon shards in the sand. But honestly, that would be a pretty overpowered goal.
What if they change Goomba Picture Match to Smiling Goomba? Yes!
I can endorse that. I can get behind that, honestly.
And then somebody goes into like picture, like you know the picture capture thing, and then they just like turn the camera upside down and they're like, look, the Goomba's smiling.
Just hold your Switch upside down.
Duh. Why are all these people going to clown like idiots?
So we're now in a 15 regional points speed run. Oh, and Crrool not knowing that there's two right next to the entrance there that he missed out on.
The problem with down volatile is that like pretty much asking people to clip.
Well, yeah. It would be not even remotely worth it without clipping
Yeah.
in any situation.
Unless you can like guarantee it's in like the same board as barriers.
Yeah, but even then,
Even then, it's like, what are you doing?
is there a goal for 3 barriers, or is it only 1 and 2?
It's there's one for 1 to 3.
Okay.
3 barriers is laughable though. Oh yeah, putting a time requirement on bound ball. This is the real way to motivate people to do it.
I can also get down with this.
What? It would just be a dead space. No board would take it.
I would.
Of course you would.
And there's 15 regional coins.
Alright, so Crrool also done.
Clocking in at a low 113. So what did Neo get again? It was a 57?
Yeah, 57-27. Hey guys.
Okay. Hey,
Hello
what's
there.
up? So how you feel about this board? About bingo? About
it
life?
was a pretty fun board. I knew I was gonna lose, so you know, I just made the best of it. I'll take it.
Hey, that's, you know, the good attitude to have, I guess. Yeah, I actually liked this board a lot. There were some interesting things you could have done.
I'm pretty indifferent towards the board. I thought it was quaint. It was a nice little race.
Yeah, like I think there were just a lot of different routes you could take, and I think this is actually a board where going to snow was optimal.
Yeah, I was looking at it at the start, and I figured this would be a half-decent way to do it. I don't know if it was the fastest way to do it. You know.
Yeah, my thing is,
it was still used were pretty good as well, for sure. So.
yeah, I think going to snow and avoiding the 28 moons in sand would have been the best way to go about it. And also avoiding 28 moons in Metro.
And avoiding 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's kind of looped in with the sand moons anyway. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you know, that was your last match in the tournament.
Yep.
But
Wow. I wasn't ever expecting to get past the group stage, so
Well,
I'll
hey,
take it.
there you go. You got an extra match than what you expected, so that's pretty good.
As long as you had fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I kind of went into this. I only run 100% really, and even that I'm not very good at. So I like most of the time I only half know which moons are actually in the or like not post game moons.
Right.
So it's always
It
just
took me like about a month to learn them because I've only ever played like casually. So I'm at the point where I've been in post game for months, right?
So you just expect all of these wonderful.
I'm just like, yeah, this moon's there, and then people are like, no, what?
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing I have a lot as well, which is why I don't mind. Like, I kind of figured I'd join because I kind of know I know most of the moons, I know some strats here and there, but I kind of never expected to get very far with this. So to still get into the bracket stage, I mean, that's about as much as you can hope for, really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's at the end of the day, we're just looking to have a fun time here, so I'm glad you enjoyed the tournament at the very least, and
I hope you enjoyed the tournament as much as I have.
oh, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying talking about it more than I'm enjoying playing in it, so
Well, I mean, to be fair, you haven't gotten to play too much.
that's also true. But I do have a match that I scheduled, or I did schedule it actually, I just didn't submit the time.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, not really. I mean, thank you everybody for organizing it, setting it up, restreaming it, all that good stuff. And who knows? Better luck next time.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hopefully, I'm kind of hoping there's another bingo tournament. I mean, obviously, like not like
Not right
immediately
away.
after.
I think there will be, because our bingo meta is still evolving, and we're already talking about changing the bingo goals after the tournament to make them a little better.
I'm hoping to be a part of that discussion.
So we're having active balance patches in Odyssey Bingo.
Because I want to. Well, you know, as someone who's spent an extensive amount of time looking at bingo boards,
We need to get you to play bingo boards next. That's the next challenge.
listen, capture card. I just got a text message from the person who is sending me the capture card. So
it's almost go time.
Yeah.
That's our next goal. By the time we have another bingo tournament, I'm gonna whip Vash into game shape. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna win the next bingo tournament.
What? Dude. I wish that everybody in this community understood just how bad I am.
Well, only one way to get better.
No, I
And that's with me
I
yelling
don't.
in your ear.
I'm fine being the man in the chair. I mean, I'll be a participant. Okay, I'll make everyone here a deal. If Curvis wins, I'll participate.
Oh man, that's good incentive. I guess I need to go and win this bingo tournament now. As
You
if
just
I
gotta
wasn't
be
already
bingo
planning
guy.
on doing it anyway. But yeah, that unfortunately I'm gonna have to hop off here. That's gonna be all for me. But you know, as always, thanks to Speed Gaming and everyone for organizing. And bingo is fun. You should all do bingo.
I would agree with that sentiment. Everyone should do bingo. It's fun. It's pretty accessible. But I am also going to be leaving.